to the Cinema So Far podcast, the podcast where good friends talk about great cinema. And today we are talking about A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, episode 5. I believe the title is called In the Name of the Mother. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I could be wrong.
It is.
Straight out the gate. Man, what an episode. What did you think about it, Sid? Sorry, I didn't even introduce my co-hosts. We got Sid.
Hello, Sir James. And we're back.
Yeah.
I'm literally still drying my tears. I mean, we literally just hopped on after watching it. Nothing could have prepared me for the emotional damage that this just caused. So
yeah,
it was all lighthearted and until now, speechless.
Yeah. I mean, even the beginning of the episode, let alone the ending, but even the beginning of the episode was like so heart-wrenching. I mean, I did not expect us to get a flashback to when Duncan was a child and growing up in Fleabottom, it looks like. Or somewhere like it, where it's just extreme poverty and has this friendship, partnership with another kid. And man, that was rough. I was not expecting that one.
I mean, absolutely traumatizing. I was really eager to get back to the battle, but I'm happy to see the flashback and see how Ser Arlan came in. But when her throat got slit, just tears just streaming down my face.
This is like a true instant reaction because I'm kind of speechless in the way of I felt like it was so good. It was the best episode yet. So, who knows what this one's going to be rated compared to the last one. But, man, this was an amazing episode. I loved every minute of it. I thought that there was a few times where I was kind of predicting what I thought was going to happen, and it just did not happen that way.
I don't know if I already said that. It just took a massive, massive turn into complete brutal. So brutal. Oh my God.
I don't think I've ever seen like a jousting battle done like that before. Like I've seen them in a lot of different movies or shows, and that one was just on another level, man. Like it felt like you were literally down in that ring with them all.
For him to never do a regular jousting tournament into the most intense, brutal battle that you could ever imagine that hasn't been summoned in like hundreds of years is wild.
It was a Royal Rumble,
Absolutely.
So, and then, not only the battle part, because I think like that's another staple for Game of Thrones, as you'll see, because to catch everyone up on our conversation about Game of Thrones in general, you started watching the show, you're up to season 2. Man, there are some epic battles, episodes, not even battle scenes, but battle episodes that are coming up that you would be watching at some point in the future. And what's cool is that most of those are like on a really grand scale, lots of people, 2 sides fighting. But this was really like up close and personal and just between a few people, and you really felt that. Man.
Getting the point of view through his helmet and kind of almost like that, when you get hit in a video game, like the screen goes all bloody and stuff. Oh boy. I was literally like, oh my God, like just like out loud, just freaking out.
I think I scared my dog. I was loud too.
when he got nailed with everything, I mean, and he just kept going, kept getting up. I mean, it was so cool when he was like, tell them that you yelled, just hell yeah.
Yeah. If anyone's a fan of Bloodsport, that's exactly what I was screaming at the TV. I was saying like, mate, like that's how to give up in Bloodsport. But, dude, yeah. So typically when we are having these talks after an episode, we're kind of starting from the beginning and then just talking about the episode throughout because we're doing a recap. But these episodes with A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, us covering it, we're just doing our instant reaction. So no recap on this one, but if I'm just going to say like what I was reacting to most, I think the story of him, like you said, you know, how he became a squire of this night had a lot of twists and turns. I mean, I really thought that in the beginning, the other kid that he was with, was it Rafe?
Uh-huh.
I think is her name. I thought she was gonna like get on the boat without him or something. You know, it was gonna be something like that, like something that maybe left him there, but I didn't expect her to die like that. That was brutal.
That's what I was thinking too when she was telling him, "Oh well, you love me, you better come with me." I was thinking she was with or without you, I'm leaving.
Yeah, she seemed determined.
But the origin story, how Dunk kind of latched on to Ser Arlan, like Egg latched on to Dunk, I thought was I just liked seeing how that came together. But
Yeah,
I do go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead. I do have a funny story that I wanted to tell you about the spoilers.
Okay.
If we want to segue into that just for a second. So there's been so much emotional damage the past few days. First of all, I saw Wuthering Heights yesterday and am traumatized, by the way.
Really? Okay. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah. I have to know what you think of it if you see it.
Okay.
But
putting it on the list.
A few days ago was at my grandmother's funeral. Okay. It's okay. We're all expecting her to go R.I.P. Grandma, shout out Grandma.
Yeah.
But I saw one of my old coworkers there, and I swear in the same breath, he's like, Sid, I'm so sorry for your loss, but don't spoil anything for A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I guess he's been tuning into the pod, and and that's when that's when I had to text you like, I'm so sorry, James, for spoiling something that last episode. I thought I was really doing something like with my research and my scrolling, but okay.
Funny.
I'm always so late to the party, like 15 years late. And then in my scrolling, I inadvertently read a huge spoiler, which I'm not going to say it, but I mean hundreds of comments just ripping on this guy for spoiling it, like just fighting so I'm sorry.
Hey. You know what? It was worth it to hear that story because, man, that's so funny. Yeah, like, you know, I'm like allergic to spoilers or whatever. My wife couldn't care less. She welcomes it and just says, "Oh, whatever, you know, who cares that much?" But for me, I don't want to know anything because I want to just
You're
have
like
a reaction to it.
You're like nicely trying to tell me several times that I didn't get it until Kenny was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, but don't don't spoil anything."
That's so funny. He took the opportunity, let you know. Yeah, sorry for anyone else that was watching that episode. I don't think I cut it because it was just like embedded in the
Sorry.
conversation. But we'll see. We'll see if we get any hate comments about it. No, it's all good. That's really funny though. Did you have any favorite parts of the episode? Anything that you were maybe like surprised most about, or something that just especially stuck out to you?
I mean, just the most moving to me was Dunk getting just slashed and uh just brutal.
He was
And
pincushioned. I mean, he just
yes,
kept getting stuck over and over.
but when they thought he was dead and they were about to blow the horn and Egg was like, get up, and then you see him flashback to Ser Arlan and it's like, get up, and he just kept coming.
Yeah.
Kept on coming. What about you?
I like what they're doing with those little flashback. Well, first, I like the placement of the first big flashback where we got the the origin story of him becoming a squire. So that was cool. Like I liked where they did it in the editing. But yeah, those little quick ones where we flash to what would Sir Arlan say about this kind of flashback. Those were just well timed, perfectly placed also, and yeah, I did not expect it to go down like that. Like we didn't guess correctly in our
Anything.
last episode.
I
Every
was
prediction we made was wrong.
I was like, last episode, I was like, I'm gonna KMS if Balin dies, and guess what? Guess what?
Yeah, I didn't have that
Holy
on my
shit!
bingo card at all. Um, and I thought it was going to be maybe we were going to see more people fighting also, but they were kind of in the background, and we were just really focused on that fight with Dunk and Arion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And dude, yeah, like the first time where he gets knocked off of his horse and stuck with the uh what is it?
Lance.
Yeah, the lance.
Mm-hmm.
Um I was like, "Whoa, this isn't good." And it just kept coming. Yeah, that was unexpected, but I don't know, I really loved that fight. The fight was epic, and how it went down, and how, like you said, like how he brought him over to everyone to like make him say it even though he could barely hear himself because his ears are still ringing from getting smashed. um just yeah, awesome.
I'm gonna be honest. I wish they did stretch the battle scene out a little more instead of just the flashback. But I have a feeling we'll get maybe more of that next episode in some way. But I had a question for you that I forgot to ask last time.
Hmm.
Why do you think Sir Duncan hesitated to knight the red shirt guy?
Yeah, that's I had a couple of thoughts about that. First, I wasn't sure if he was actually a knight himself, so maybe he
Mm-hmm.
felt like, I can't actually do this because I wasn't literally knighted. I'm just saying that I am. And this is kind of something in the rest of the books, in the world that George R. Martin, the writer, kind of did, is where it's kind of like the truest knights aren't actually knights. And I don't know if you'll get that yet, but like there's people in the Game of Thrones world that are like the most um, honorable and chivalrous knights, but they're not technically knights. And then you have these actual knights that are just, D bags. And so there's that. Um, but also I was just thinking like maybe he doesn't know the words either.
That's what I thought when he was in the head. I don't know. Maybe he just forgot the words when he was
Yeah.
trying to knight him, and he doesn't feel worthy to knight him somehow.
Or that too, of just like that feeling of not, yeah, not being up to the task or worthy of it. I wasn't sure, but I got a question for you. So, um, who do you think survived, and what do you think is going to happen in this next episode? Do you got any predictions? Because the end was a doozy with Balin. You know, I assume he's dead. I mean, he has a giant hole in his head.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna come back from that. But at the end, they were saying Sir Duncan was asking who died, and they said they lost two people. That was my question. Like, where are his men?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
They didn't say who died though, right? Like, or did they?
I thought they did, but I mean,
Okay.
there was so much going on, and I didn't have time to really
Yeah.
like go back and check. But yeah, I think they lost Balin and maybe two other guys. The way the way this episode went, I mean, I don't have any predictions for the next episode.
Yeah. Well, there is one thing, which is, I guess next episode is the season finale. Crazy.
I mean, bittersweet. I wish
Yeah.
it wasn't over.
Yeah. So it seems like we're not actually even going to get to the tournament. Like this was the main event basically. And it's funny because I didn't think it was going to go down like this. I thought this was going to be kind of quick. They're going to get this out of the way. The whole, well, in retrospect, it's kind of dumb now for me to think that, because of course, if you're fighting to the death, it's not going to be small. But I thought this was going to be smaller in comparison to the tournament that was coming up. But I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, Sir Dunk is wasted right now. Like, how many holes did he get in him? 5, 6?
I mean, in the back, in his just right off the bat, in his stomach, in his leg.
He got stabbed in the same place, like maybe 3 times, right?
Got a flail to his face. His eyes gone. Or, I mean, it will never be the same.
Yeah, he's seeing out of one eye right now and can barely hear because his bell got rung. But yeah, I mean, as far as predicting it, I think they're going to have to obviously deal with Prince Balon getting killed. And I don't know what's going to happen with Dunk. I mean, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen in this next episode. I assume that it's going to kind of set up the next season, but what that is I don't know. I'm kind of oblivious to it.
How long do we have to wait?
I don't know.
How long am I going to have to rewatch this season?
Well, luckily you have Game of Thrones to watch. Well, you have 2 shows actually. You got Game of Thrones and then you got House of the Dragon that you could be watching in the meantime.
I did start season 3, but I'm very early in like episode 2. So just getting rolling on that.
Okay. Well, even though I've watched it several times, I'd be down for a rewatch. That might be cool.
Yeah, watch it with me.
Yeah. Well, I got to catch up now. But okay. Well, we're hyped. Is there anything else that you were just especially hyped on in the episode? Anything else you want to bring up?
I'm just traumatized. No. What about you?
Well, again, I thought the origin story of him losing his friend, but then gaining a mentor happened really, half of the episode, and it just went by so quick because it was so good. They really made you feel for Dunk in those situations when he had to go through that, and for Rafe who had to go through that. But then we didn't even talk about how Dunk followed Ser Arlan, and he didn't even know that he was there for way too long. Way too long.
But he's that's the first person to probably have his back. I would follow him too. Just anything to grasping onto anything. Hope.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the scene where he finally found some water to drink and he's drinking it and it just makes him super sick. He's drinking just like gnarly
Like
water.
the still pond, like
Yeah. Pond scum.
Or when Ser Arlan like was so drunk and fell asleep on his knife.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, anything else you want to bring up? Those were just some of the highlights I really liked, and again, I just cannot wait for next episode. I'm gonna actually look up when they're going to release the next one. Maybe they'll say it at the end of this next episode. I wonder if they've just been like constantly shooting to be able to get them out a little bit sooner. I would hope. There's not like a whole lot of special effects in the show, so maybe it'll be a year. I don't know.
I hope it's sooner than later, like next summer or something. See.
Yeah.
But my last thought is when I was, observing Dunk's armor and Ser Arlan's sword is just kind of big and clunky like he is. It just matches so well.
Yeah. Ser Arlan fighting those dudes and killing both of them. That was cool.
Wasted.
So wasted. He's a drunken master. And just
oh boy.
He's just scraping his sword up against the wall as he's trying to pull it out. But yeah, it was a very cool episode. I'm gonna watch it again, I think.
Me too. I think I'm gonna go watch it right now.
Yeah.
Try to desensitize myself. But we'll leave you with that. Thank you for joining us for season 1, episode 5 for A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. If you like that, please like and subscribe. Drop a 5-star review wherever you're listening.
Subscribe. Help us out.
Yeah, man. It really helps us out a lot, and we really appreciate it. We are also covering all of Fallout. If you are huge movie and TV nerds like we are, I suggest you click that notification bell, and we hope you can join us for episode 6 of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms next
season finale.
Let us know in the comments any theories you have, any predictions you have for the next episode, and let us know if you're okay after that, after that emotional damage. But until next week, that's a wrap on tonight's episode of Cinema So Far.